My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. It's not. I am the original owner of all my content, and I say that respectfully. I truly appreciate the times of the genuine ones with no malicious intentions. I truly hope that you continue to find peace within, regardless to who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. They threw sport at you in a toxic way. They try to energy harvest off your energy. They try to destiny swipe with you. They disrespected you, took your kindness or weakness, painted you out to be something that you truly wasn't. They wanted you to live in fear. They wanted you to give up on yourself. But you matter and you are worthy. And I say that respectfully. Regardless of who gave up on you, overlooked you during your journey, you are worthy of choosing you. Never get discouraged because someone lacks self-confidence. Never get discouraged because someone is dealing with self-esteem problems and they see you being your authentic self regardless of your journey. And you don't think that you're better than anybody when it comes to choosing you, regardless of what obstacles that was placed in front of you. And you were supposed to lose you. You still being patient with choosing you. Always be yourself. You ain't trying to be like nobody else. My content is not for everyone. And that's okay. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And that's okay. Officer, officer, officer! When you realize you're saying officer when someone's on duty, they ignore you. At the end of the day, they will look right your way. One person would try to walk your way and they'd be like, nah, chill, hold on 1 second. They'd be okay. You truly was a victim that day. Someone that you didn't even know here, a stranger, actually walked up to somebody and said, hold on 1 second. That person can't breathe. They need to call 9910. You right here. That's not my call. Why should I have to wait until your family member or your loved one, regardless of the circumstances at the end of the day, for someone to be ignored? You know, this type of stuff happens every single day and it's been happening for a very long time. And I say that respectfully. No disrespect, officer. You'd be so surprised the type of shapes and sizes they come at the end of the day when it come to disrespect. It didn't matter what culture you was at the end of the day when it came to your sexual orientation. When they laughed in your face and they thought it was a heathen exchange. When they tried to project pain that day and only realized they only laughed in an innocent person's face. That was only the enemy talking. That wasn't God, child. That was nothing but the devil talking. That wasn't God's child. Because God's child's going to help. God's child's going to make their way and do their best to make sure everybody's okay. But when the enemy got control over the narrative at the end of the day, because they got controlling issues, your point of view don't make sense at the end of the day until it's too late. Your back is against the wall. You need help. Help, 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 help. Somebody lost their life. Didn't matter what day. Another untold, another unsolved case. Somebody could have been saved in the most healthiest way, regardless of their circumstances at the end of the day. You ever been in a situation when you really needed help You wasn't far from a snitch at the end of the day, but you just really needed help. That's what they were supposed to do, help you. You ever physically went into a police station and asked for help, and only for them to reject you at the door? Talking about call 9910, that's the only way we gonna help you, when the problem was right in front of their face? Because someone made a mistake and made you a victim that day in the most unhealthiest way? Just because it's not happening in your household, it's happening in someone else's household. It really be the thought process to me. They pick and choose who they want to bully. They pick and choose who they want to bully. Nah, respectfully. Because you'd be so surprised at the end of the day who they willing to help before it comes to you. Should it matter if you homeless or not at the end of the day? For you to get help in the most healthiest way? Instead of being rejected with pain at the end of the day, only realize it wasn't an even exchange? Somebody got poked up right to left. Offer was standing right there, and they forgot to call 9910 because they sergeant is asking them, what did you do that day? You're on camera, you jackass! It really be the thought process to me. Someone with the biggest, stupidest face ever. Can't even explain themselves, only to realize they rejected themselves when it came to their own pain because they wasn't mentally stable for the job. I thought at the end of the day that job came with requirements. You know, a site evaluation test to see if you're mentally stable to help the community, not go against them at the end of the day. You know how they ask all these reverse psychology mind games where they sit you down at that round table. Hold on 1 second, I got something to say to you. How was your upbringing when it came to your moms and your pops? Who abandoned you? Who didn't love you? It really be the thought process to me. How was your siblings truly to you? Was you bullied as a child? They forgot to mention that. Because certain folks at the end of the day take that badge and get a little besides themselves and project pain on an innocent person. And forgot at the end of the day, hold on 1 second, you signed up to help the community, now go against them. It really be the thought process of me. I don't know what I'm talking about, though. Nah, you're not crazy. You know exactly what you're talking about. And it was dead ass wrong. It didn't matter what time and day they shift actually was at the end of the day. When they saw somebody in need, they listened to he say, she say, homie, to realize they forgot to ask you, are you okay that day? It really be the thought process to me. How nowadays, it all depends who calls first. Especially when you have to project pain. What a system. It wasn't an even exchange. But that's where your money goes. That's what you signed up for. For folks to psych you out your freedom when it come to your conscience. Got you all out of shape when it come to your train of thought. Because they psyched you out your free will at the end of the day with their malicious intentions, having ass. When they were supposed to protect the community and bring peace. You know, it says protect and serve the community. RESPCT. What happened to that? That's your logo, your franchise at the end of the day. I ain't bad-mouthing you, but when you gonna do your job, ma'am, sir? I ain't saying everybody's like that, because there's certain people at the end of the day that got a family to feed. And make sure at the end of the day, I wouldn't want that to happen to mine, because I know what karma looks like up close in person. I'm just doing my job. Someone's life was taken, regardless if they had a family or not. They was labeled a number, or because someone didn't want to do their job. This type of stuff happens every single day. It's been going on for many years, over decades at the end of the day, and I say that respectfully when it comes to violence. Ever since I could remember from a child point of view. Imagine a child at the end of the day, seeing someone being psyched at their own free will, right in front of you. That's a mindset that would never go away, that went into that child's adulthood. They would never understand at the end of the day how that baby stand before themselves today. It's not that they were scared, paranoid of the world. They just want nothing helping happen to them. Especially when the authority is supposed to protect them. So of course we gonna look at certain folks funny at the end of the day. How you supposed to protect and serve when you going against us? It be certain folks at the end of the day be having malicious intentions, psyching innocent people out they free will, only to paint a picture of somebody that truly wasn't, or because they got away with it for so long, with their bad habits became the norm. This type of stuff happens every single day. It just didn't happen just a couple of years ago. It's been happening for decades. It's a generation after generation. When is this curse going to be broken? And I say that respectfully. I thought it was supposed to be a village. It's supposed to. It takes a village to raise a child. And I thought it would take a community to respect each other, to understand what peace looks like in a community, not to be divided. But the enemy actually allows the belief for the longest that it became the norm. Just like each other out of our free will at the end of the day. When it comes to this bad behavior, when you least expect it. That child that was bullied, they felt the comfort zone at the end of the day to hold that badge, to have authority. So when they come across somebody at the end of the day, I'ma be a bully, huh? I'ma be a bully. And ain't nobody gonna believe you, punk. This type of stuff happens every single day when you least expect it. It went from non-cameras to cameras to camera. Only to realize, hold on one second. Now you have to plead your case. No, it's the whole process to me. What happened? Because you can't lie today. The energy is different. You lied for so long when it came to your job description. Now it caught up to you in the most unhealthiest way. You just pointed out the end of the day how individuals walk past innocent people that became a victim with a split of a second when they came out their door and they wasn't trying to hurt nobody. Because this type of stuff happens every single day. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. But it really be the thought process for me. How people pick and choose when they want to bully. Didn't matter at the end of the day, your job description. How folks really be having this mentality to kick you down and disturb your peace. Paint you out the beast, but you're truly not. All because of the fact that, hold on one second, someone was able to control the narrative of your life when you least expect it. You didn't have no say until you came across the right person and they actually was paying attention because the math wasn't adding up when that jackass had so much to say. Because your story actually made sense, innocent person. We hear you. We're not overlooking you. What happened? Have a seat. I know you may feel uncomfortable, but let's get to the bottom of this, because this ain't going to happen another day, because we need to bring peace to the innocent people. It's a thought process for me. My content is not for everybody. It shouldn't have to wait until it's your household for your loved one to go unsolved and they just become a number when it was given a name. The disrespect is so real at the end of the day. When folks want to pick and choose who they want to bully, disrespect with malicious intentions, and it wasn't an even exchange. Because that's not how God truly created us to be. That was nothing but the enemy's doing. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And that's okay. So many years have bypassed. It's so many unsolved cases. Regardless if someone's homeless or not, and I say that respectfully, that is still someone's child. And it doesn't matter of their mental health, and I say this respectfully, that is still someone's child, and they deserve to be respected as such. They deserve to be respected, just like you want someone to respect you, even days when you can't even choose you. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. But it became the norm to be dysfunctional. It became the norm to have hate and envy within you. It became the norm because the enemy sits back and watches certain individuals just kick each other down. And they just sit back and just smile and laugh because you're truly making them proud. And they ain't got to do nothing but just sign off a check at the end of the day because they just got away with another murder. My content is not for everyone. It's not. It doesn't matter what environment you live in. And I say that respectfully. It doesn't. Someone could be walking out their building, leaving out of a loved one's building, and being stopped and frisked. Imagine coming out your own house to be stopped and frisked. Ain't that uncomfortable? You live there. They asking you, where you live at? Right here, jackass. I ain't trying to be rude, but what happened? You're disturbing my peace. And especially when they just saw you go inside the building. Or they just saw you go inside your house and you just came right back out. Now they're doing a violation pat down on you to make you feel uncomfortable where you pay your rent at or where you went to go spend the day at. And only for you to get psyched out your own free will because someone thought it was funny. And they say nobody gonna believe you, even if you say something. You know, somebody was sexually assaulted in the hands of somebody being stopped and frisked, coming out their household. That's another untold story that has not been told. And someone was just labeled a number. Someone was put on suspension. But when you look at their background history, it became the norm in their book. And whoever their supervisor is, they put them back on duty because it became the norm. But why should I have to wait until it's you? Why should I have to wait until it's your household? Oh, that would never happen. But it has happened in the past. Just because it hasn't happened to someone that you love and care about, it happened to someone who wasn't being protected. Or imagine someone's loved one standing right by their side and they couldn't do anything. And a man is groping a woman at the end of the day. And this man that's standing there that loves their loved one, regardless if it's your brother, your cousin, your father, they like, yo, chill! But they can't do nothing but so much besides shut up and stand there and watch. Because it happened. It may not happen to your loved one, but it happened to someone else's loved one. And y'all gonna sit here and call him a punk? That's not a man. It was either that or psych him out his free will. One of the two. Shut up or I'll psych you out your free will. The tears that's coming down this grown man's face. That he can't even protect his family member. And it'll be so messed up to know if it was his own daughter that was being violated like that. And that's a man who was a provider and a protector. He get a buzz on the intercom. Come downstairs. Your daughter, your daughter, your daughter. She didn't do anything. They just been stopping random people. They picking and choosing who they want to stop. They didn't stop us, though. They didn't stop the people ahead of us. They didn't stop nobody else. They didn't stop nobody else. They're picking and choosing who they want to stop. And it was your daughter. That man came outside raising hell water. Somebody's uncle came outside to protect their niece. He saw what was transpiring, knowing that his niece doesn't start trouble. But they was picking and choosing who they wanted to stop. And they wound up sucking out his own free will because they told him not to move. You know how many cases are unsolved because of people like this that are criminals and they're supposed to be on duty? Why should I have to wait till it's your house for you to understand at the end of the day this is not the norm? My content is not for everyone. It's not. And that's okay. No, I'm not being dramatic. Because just because you may not experience something like this, or you may not had someone around you that had experienced something in this nature, doesn't mean it's not happening in someone else's household, or it has not happened before, because it has. And this behavior became the norm. People get higher rankings when they do weird stuff like this, and it becomes the norm. What happened to the community sticking together? What happened to folks respecting each other? Or why should I have to wait until you're being stopped by the police at the end of the day? And I say this respectfully. And you know you didn't do nothing. You was driving perfectly fine. You wasn't under the influence, not even a bit. And you wasn't doing it for clout chasing or views. And they just stopped you. And you end up in a coma because of the hands of someone that didn't have self-control. You know, that happens too. So many untold stories. So many. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Protect your loved ones. Protect yourself with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It doesn't matter what environment you're in. It doesn't. For this behavior to happen to anybody. Confirmation. And no, not all authority figures are monsters or bullies. No, they're not, because there are some good folks out there. There are. That actually helps the community. That actually respects the community. That actually, you know what? I clock in. And I go above and beyond my job to do what I need to do. To help me and my family. To stay safe in our own community. The energy is different. Because these folks live in the community as well, too. You'd be so surprised at being next door neighbor. But then you have those folks at the end of the day that make it look so bad for the good people. That's like society today. It doesn't matter who you are. like your sexual orientation. Like certain individuals make someone's sexual orientation look so bad at the end of the day because of a group of people who decide to pick and choose who they want to bully, pick and choose who they want to be disrespectful to, pick and choose who they want to have malicious intentions towards. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And that's okay. But it shouldn't have to wait until it's your situation to say, we need justice. You know, they say when you see something, say something. It became the norm to just pull out your phone and start recording. That became the norm. How did that become the norm? It became the norm until it's your situation. I never understood that. Why should it have to wait until someone is hurting you or hurting your loved one for you to understand that? Hold on 1 second. This ain't right. This ain't normal. Because it's not. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And that's okay. But the enemy shows up in different shapes and sizes when you least expect it, to cause chaos and confusion, to disturb your peace. God protects your peace. That energy hits different. God protects your peace. If you're asking God for guidance, God protects your peace. And it's not manipulation, because God is not for sale. And God is not malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully. God is peace. God is respect. God is not dividing. God is uniting. My content is not for everyone. Protect your energy. Protect your energy. Energy harvesting is real. Protect your energy. Spell work is real. Protect your energy. God is not manipulation when it comes to toxic spell work. When God wants to elevate you, God doesn't want you to be stuck. The enemy wants you to be stuck. God wants you to elevate. God wants you to believe in your faith to prosper. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody, and that's okay. Healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process, but justice for innocent people that became victims in the hands of someone that did not have self-control. And I say that respectfully. I am Nia Genuine Love Respect. I am the original owner of all my content, and I say that respectfully. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence, humanity, you're worthy. Oh, I gotta go. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Thank you for your time to the genuine ones. Stay warm. Have a safe remaining evening. Stay out of trouble. Protect your energy and protect you and your family. And I say that respectfully. Thank you for your time.